There you go. There you go. Hit the mic and start coughing and sneezing. That's what happens when you go live. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, just the anticipation of sitting here waiting to push the button. Hey, hope I got see your message. Good thumbs up. I hope everyone is well. I'm just gonna do a little talking here. Start a little late because I was finishing my lunch. I have an early lunch. Because I like to eat before stream, and then I'm not hungry for the stream. I don't know, but I'm thirsty. It makes me thirsty though. So you know what I got right here? I got a freshly poured glass of Diet Coke on ice. Ooh, look at this. It's from the can. It's weird. You see Santa's holding up in a bottle, and on the bottle is a tiny image of Santa holding up another bottle. And on that bottle that he's holding up is a tiny image of Santa. No, actually, none of that's true. But it would be cool if it was, wouldn't it? Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Trickle into the arena. I hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Let me tell you a little bit about the television program I'm going to be running today. It's going to be a lot like every other television program that I've run over the last 2 years or more. Actually, it's pretty much a 2-year anniversary on YouTube. But I started September, blah, blah, blah. So it's 2 years and 4 months on Twitch. I had no idea of stopping. I had no particular reason to stop. Just going to keep flying the flight simulator, doing the big brain games, things I do on a daily basis anyway. There'll be a musical segment today. I do believe I am picking up the guitar. We played bass. I'm trying to get away from the royal we. I played bass yesterday. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. Hopefully this stream, I'm going to check my settings today. The first place we're going to fly over is not a problem for the settings. So hopefully I won't have to restart my game today or stream, but I don't know. I'm going to be watching my, I'm definitely going to be watching my, memory usage, because I'm starting to think I really need to invest in 64 gigabytes of main memory because I only have 32, and people do say that you need 64 for optimal experience, but that hasn't been true until relatively recently, I think. Because, for example, Microsoft 2020, I've watched it, I run it, on this system at least, it never uses more than 16 gigabytes of memory. I just tried it yesterday. I was looking at it. Right. So let's talk. Oh, right. So a bigger, musical segment. Probably try to sing something. It's definitely do not hang on. Oh yeah, today's tightrope trivia is the hardest trivia of the week, so it's probably gonna kick my butt. So yesterday we were look. I gotta, once I have a bug up my ass that we can find something, I kind of want to find it. So we were looking for the guitar-shaped forest. Okay, here's the thing that threw us off. You can look for guitar-shaped forest in Argentina, and Google Maps will happily slap a pin down, but it's not either. It's not the place. It's not the right place. It's not the right pin. The pin's in the wrong place on Google Maps. The only way to find it is to go to, okay, I just did some research. I went to the Microsoft forums where the guy had the picture originally, and it had one of these numeric points of interest. It's not on the map, but I found out by putting the numeric point of interest in there, where exactly it is and what is the actual nearest town. I mean, it's in Argentina. It's on the Pampas. I tried it in Microsoft 2020 earlier today, but my feeling is, what are these here? Liveries, I don't care. Why would I care? Liveries, I don't buy liveries. My feeling is it's also in 2024. We just need to go to the right place. I want to pick something interesting and fun. All my planes are interesting and fun. That could also operate on a fairly short strip here, and has good. Do I have is my Saab in here? It has to be under S, I think. That Saab B-17. If so, I buy. If that's just a great plane. But because it's kind of boring out here, we're not going to go through the full kind of complicated startup procedure. All right, so, oh boy, whoa, liveries. Swedish Air Force, Imperial Ethiopian Air Force, Finnish Air Force, that's a really good one. Xbox Aviators Club. I've actually never used the Xbox Aviators Club livery on this plane. Why the heck not? Today's the day we're going to try it. You know, it doesn't have to be a realistic plane. All right. So where we're gonna go though is okay. So I found it. It's the closest place is called Vicuna McKenna, and it's in. I was able to find Vicuna McKenna. It actually has a bunch of airports. I guess we'll try this one. And it's due. The place we're heading for, the guitar-shaped forest, is due east of this place. Wait, where is Vicuna? Yeah, that's a villa. That's a different place. Hold on a second. We might be in the wrong place. Yeah, is that Villa Mercedes? So, okay, no, this is Vicuna McKenna. Yeah, this is the one we want to start off from, right? Or what are the, well, actually, let's just see. There's this one here, that one there, this one here. It doesn't really matter. All right, we'll take out from here. It's a grass strip. That's fine. And then we're going to find it. We're going to go over it, and then we're going to do another mission. But I just don't want to leave it hanging that we looked for something in the game and it wasn't there. And again, I know where it is because I checked it in 2020. But this is 2024, so it may look different, might look better, might look worse. I don't know. It's a short flight from where we're going to where we're going. It's in the B-17, which is a classic, kind of tricky to fly plane. Not a classic plane, but it's from the 30s. All right, we're started up already. My favorite thing about this plane is that actually I don't know how well this plane's going to operate from a grass strip. Is the landing gear, which has these this kind of it folds under the wing. That's why it's got those big kind of britches. All right, let's see here. What's going on in here? Everything here looks okay, right? We got that. Propeller's full, mixture to full, throttle to cracked. Let's start bringing up the throttle a little bit. Okay, flaps actually should be there. Trim's about right. All right, let's go to full power and release the parking brakes. See how it looks. Again, with like these planes, you want to, it's a tail dragger, so you want to wait for the tail to come up. There you go. Don't panic. You're not going to crash into the forward. Wait for the tail to come up. Then we can build up some speed here. I think we can build up some speed. I mean, we are flying, but it's a gentle flying. It's a gentle form of flying. All right, so as I say, the gear's coming up right now. What it does is kind of just uses a hydraulic system to draw itself under the wing there, and then it forms these cool little aerodynamic covers for the gear. It's really ingenious and light and simple solution. Only plane I have that has that particular solution. Okay, so we want to bring the propeller down a little bit here, and the gear and the throttle way down. Propeller down to about there. Mixture down to there, so we have a nice efficient flying here. And we're going to be held in that northeast, or east northeast, mostly east. This is the town of Vicuna, called Vicuna Matata. No, it's Vicuna. Oh, I don't know. McKenna. I'm not sure what that means. Right there, right? We took off from. Yeah, I'm not seeing any points of interest marked on the map, but that's fine. I think I know where we're going. But I don't know for sure. Hopefully, I'm going to try to get some altitude because I'm going to be looking for certain geographical figures. But again, I've already done this once today. So I have a feeling I know it. It's just a bit of a flight. All right, so there's Hakuna Matata. Whatever. It's a little town in the Pampas in Argentina. We're in the middle of the Pampas, which is gigantic. These inland plains. They're about 1,200 feet in altitude. It looks better in 2024. Okay, and we want to trim ourselves back to about 0, so the nose isn't too light. So back here, this plane has some speed to it, especially for a single-engine plane. I just don't. I love to fly. It's an unusual flying plane. And based, of course, on our actual real plane. Now, this flight simulator livery is cool looking, but no plane's ever been built like that. All right, so we cross over this road, and then I see that little lake there. I kind of know where we're going. And we should be seeing the town of Vicuña McKenna right behind us there. Very good. There's this little thing here. We should be flying it over in about 5 minutes or less. But I don't like to just teleport myself to the spot. I mean, I could do that. I actually like to take off, fly, check it out. You know, use our magical parachutes, of course. And then we're gonna land in a field somewhere. You know what I mean? Why not? It's pretty flat out here. We can find a road. I mean, it's extremely flat out here. I mean, it's flat in all directions. This is a huge plain. And it's quite fertile. There's a lot of farming going on here. All right, so there's this thing here. Zoom in here. There we go. Where's the water? It's okay. It's another, let's have quite a few miles. It's another 10 miles out. There's this thing there. These little watering holes. They're on the Google Maps, so I'm just making sure I know where I am. We've got more earthquakes happening. We have had a lot of earthquakes where I am in recent. I lived in California for 65 years, and most of my time I have not felt a lot of earthquakes. But the fault, you're always living on top of a fault, and the fault that I live on top of has suddenly become quite active. And having fun. All right, so there's this little one here, which is dry, but according to Google Maps, it's not. All right, so we want to head just north of east, like about 80. I don't think this plane has a. I'm quite sure it does not have an autopilot, like a retrofitted autopilot. Got a transponder. But that's fine. We don't need it. It's a short flight. I'm just going to maintain. Basically maintain our heading manually. I do want to kind of. Oh yeah, we need a little less trim there. There we go. I'm trying to keep my vertical speed as close to 0 as I can. All right, and meanwhile, I have to keep. Okay, there's that water back there. As again, points of interest are not showing up today, but that's fine. I don't think it has a point of interest marked where we're going. And again, this isn't even marked on the Google Maps. How I know it was there was that somebody published a coordinates and said this is where it is, and with pictures along with pictures. The game is running super smoothly. Am I getting a frame rate today? Let me see. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you know. Oh yeah, 151 frames per second. I did back off a little bit on the thing, but it didn't seem to really end up being a problem until I tried to go to Rotterdam, which is very challenging. All right, so we are not going to need that up. Again, I'm also looking at my task manager. I do need to again. I need to do some upgrades on my PC to get it to work really well in those high density environments like Vegas and the major cities of Europe, which are quite detailed. All right, so there's this thing here, and then I want to fly directly east from here. We're about to fly over it. It doesn't show up. I mean, it takes a while. I mean, what you're saying is it comes right out of the blue, and it does. But I already know we're kind of in the right place. Yeah, it was a group flight. But again, okay, here's what you do. You go to the forums, the Microsoft Flight Simulator forums. You search for the guitar-shaped forest. Somebody has posted pictures of it, and along with the pictures, they have a coordinates, which is minus 33, 52, blah, 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 and minus 63, blah, blah, blah. And you can't put those in. I don't think you can put those directly into the game, but you can put those right into Google Maps. And that set a pin, and then when I zoomed in on Google Maps, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's what it is. So it's just not on the right place on Google Maps. Google Maps, it's kind of known, but it's still in a fairly obscure place. I don't know for sure whether it has a. We're coming up on it, by the way. I'm not sure whether it has a. You can put coordinate system. I tried it, and I just didn't do it the right way. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing. I probably have to look up. I've never tried it before. I tried it this time, but I couldn't figure it out. But I was able to put it in. You can easily put those in Google Maps, and it instantly gives you where it is on the Earth. But so I found the nearest town, since Vicuña McKenna, that is searchable and has quite a few airfields. So apparently this was created as a farmer who owns the land in the area as a tribute to his wife, who's really into guitars. I wonder if he lives down in here. But this is very much kind of a plantation style place. But then he planted these thousands of trees, according to what I read, in a guitar. We'll see in a second. A guitar shape. It's facing away from us. But yeah, so once you found out where to go, I'm gonna stay nice and low here. Eventually, we'll be jumping out and using our magic parachutes to do some inspection. I don't think there's any buildings here. You do want to have some altitude. I mean, we're gonna go at low altitude here, but you can see there is a guitar shape. There's the headstock shape, and or the neck shape, and then the headstock shape, which kind of has a circular thing there, like I don't know, like where the headstock would go. But it's pretty crude. Let's come fly over again. We'll turn here. Okay, so you can see a little better from this altitude. But yeah, you can see when they say thousands of trees, yeah, there's a lot of trees down there. And it's unlike the stuff we were flying over before looking for. I was like, where's the guitar shaped thing? It's not that hard to find if you're in the generally right area. Okay, so strapping our magical parachutes on at this point in time, please. Thank you very much. And ejecting ourselves from the plane. It's safe, as far as I know. Let's get a little closer. I don't think there's any buildings here. It's literally just a planted trees. I thought I saw, I guess maybe there's some water tanks down here. You saw down here. And maybe there's a watering system to ensure that these specific trees, because I saw something down here, can't really tell, that may not be water tanks. It may just be holes in the ground. Because the one thing I would wonder is how the water supply system works around here. But I also wanted to check out at the headstock there. So it's about the same as it looks in 2020. But at least we know where it is. We've been here. We don't have to come here again ever. Looks like there's some power lines nearby. The power lines probably have floaters so the airplanes won't get snagged. Yeah, okay, and then there's this circular clearing here, which is obviously also artificial. But according to the game, according to the research you do on this, it's a tourist attraction. Although why you would want to come out here, there's nothing out here except this. You know what I mean? And it's not going to look like a guitar from the ground at all. It's not going to have anything guitar related in the slightest bit. These people must be bored if they're tourists and they're coming here. I mean, flying over it is an idea. It's kind of cool. There you go. Oh, it's a guitar-shaped forest in the middle of nowhere. That's cool. But being a tourist, driving all the way out here, it's probably like a 6-hour drive from Buenos Aires. Yeah, maybe they do, because that little town does have 4 airfields, which is a lot for a little town. So maybe that's maybe that's what they do out here. That little town here is out this way. Let's go back and land there. It's not very far. I mean, I could actually land at a field, because it's anywhere where basically it's flat, like down there, like on these little roads here. You can land. I think it's showing a lot of mobile water tanks. Again, I think the issue is, these fields would be. This is summer, the height of summer, so the fields would be green if they needed them. But the issue is, economically, can they grow food that will make them enough money? Because water is kind of expensive, I think. It's expensive. You can see it's not like a lot of major rivers. It's not like mountains that have a watershed, where they're collecting water and then water comes up the mountains. But, I mean, there is water because there's definitely a lot of green areas. And the other thing I don't see them using is a lot of the, like the Nazca's line, they fly over those. Yeah, that would probably be fun to do, too, in the game. I don't think we've flown over the Nazca lines. But yeah, I'm just saying from the ground level, there's nothing to see there and nothing to do there. There's no building. It's not like you can go to the bathroom. They don't have a bathroom. You know what I mean? It's not really a tourist attraction, I don't think, at least from the ground. But again, yeah, maybe people drive out to this little town and then get on a little plane and fly, which I don't know. Again, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I suspect that some of the Nazca lines are visible. I don't know if that's I want to go do some kind of city visit after doing 2 kind of agricultural tours. All right, we should be able to find that little town. And again, I love taking off and landing. It's my favorite part. This plane is really cool, by the way. I mean, the detailing on it, all the little things, the lights. The canopy opens. There's a little ring on the bottom, I think, is an antenna. But you can see it ahead, and right near it is several. They have several airstrips, and yeah, it definitely seemed like a lot of small planes. I want to check my flight planner, make sure we're coming up to the right place that I think we're coming up to. Okay, yeah, it's this one here. Actually, there's another little airfield up there. Interesting. We're going to land here at SAOR. Wait a minute, no, that's far away. It's something closer. No, it's these. Yeah, okay, there we go. SAVK. These are that's a major airport. We're landing at these little dirt landing strips. This is the town we're heading to. Perfect. I just want to make sure I have it on the map. All right, it's about, what, 7 miles away? Get a little bit more power here. A little more RPM. I'm going to hit about 2,400. There we go, right around 2,400. I gotta figure out which way these, I think if they're north to south, right? They even show. Yes, this is the biggest one here. SAXR. That's not, is that where we took off from? No, we'll figure it out. I think one of these does have a, an actual, not dirt runway, a tarmac runway, hard runway. Let's check it out. So yeah, we saw the guitar shaped forest. We're gonna land, then we're gonna look for something else. I don't know what else. Could be the pyramids. Could be the Eiffel Tower. Want to fly under the Eiffel Tower? Sure. I'm with you. Nobody's asked, but I don't care. Again, we're testing the limits of the simulation. SU4. You know, you can definitely. We could definitely. Obviously, we've been to the point where we've overloaded it. So that's. I kind of don't want to do that till I don't want to do anything super challenging until the end of the. At the end of the flight simulation segment, since it hasn't. You know, the end has been fairly abrupt currently. I could have restarted the game. You know, it takes like 3 minutes, and then I probably would have been fine. But in 2020, you can kind of reset the graphics engine, and I don't use basically just by changing any graphics settings and then saving them. And 2024 just has a different way of doing things, so you cannot use that little trick. You kind of have to restart the game. So I kind of missed that from 2020. But you know, technically, it's not really a supported feature. It's such a cool thing. And then when you lower the landing gear, it cranks out those gears. You can kind of see the wheels popping out. But it's really, really cool. I mean, it doesn't have to. It means the wing can be kind of solid. The wing can just be one big wing tank. It doesn't have to have holes in it for the landing gear when the landing gear is retracted. And when this plane was designed and built, most planes that were built did not have retractable landing gear. They didn't go that fast, especially propeller planes didn't need to go that fast. So this would have been kind of a deluxe design feature. Really well implemented. It's funny that you don't see that kind of landing gear on other planes. It did not become popular, but it's certainly an ingenious solution in my opinion. You see from the front, it kind of looks like wing tanks, but they're very aerodynamic. Okay, here's the town. The little town of Vicuna McKenna. I wonder what that is. It's just somebody who's mowing the lawn. So presuming, yeah, no, I mean, these people don't have anything to do with the, oh yeah, I should be like getting ready for landing here. All right, here's our airstrip. Where's Scopes? I don't need this anymore. We're just gonna fly in. It's no big deal. we don't stall out right in there. Looks like there's two little landing strips right next to each other. They're effectively different airports. We're going to land at the farther one here. I've never seen that before. Two adjacent, effectively adjacent airports, which are obviously, well, it's not necessarily obviously the same airport. That's what it looks like from here. Okay, idle the engines. Try to stay on the gear. Flaps up. Gentle braking. Braking. Tricky handling on the ground. Oh, we ended up right where we wanted to. Let's try not to smash into the fuel station. Cause a big fire. Well, it's a tiny airport. I love it. It's got a building. We'll park right here. All right, and there you are. Okay, so the fun thing, I don't know if it's fun, but I like it, is opening up the cockpit, your left window. That slides open. There he goes. The right window also slides open. Right? Or is it like a canopy lock? One of these has a canopy. Right? Canopy lock rear. Okay, yeah, now so the rear slides forward. Isn't that cool? So you look out here, we'll see. That's how it opens, yeah. The rear slides forward for access to the rear compartments, which are where the navigator is. And the front, okay, you can open, I slid open the canopy, but I believe you can also close the window and open the actual canopy. Let's try that. You close the window, but then you unlock, right, canopy lock. Got it. So the window and the canopy are separate, which is cool. It's the only plane that has that. So you can open the canopy, or you could also just open the window. And the window on the far side doesn't do anything, but that's fine. That's really cool looking. One thing I have noticed is the cowl flaps. All right, here's the cowl flaps, right? So the cowl flaps are on the front, right? Where are they? Okay, they're just starting to crack there. Let's open them all the way. So that's 100% cowl flaps. Kind of cool. Which you'd want on the ground for cooling, I guess. But then they're aerodynamic. Okay, you got your fuel tank select, left and right. Just trying to remember what we got here. Primer. I don't know what that does. Okay, how do we turn off that engine? I guess I could just cut the mixture. Oh, I also turn off the magnetos. And you see it kind of slowing down. At least that one, that propeller, and also the detailing on the engine. All right, we're gonna do second flight. It's gonna be a city flight somewhere because we saw what I wanted to see, and there's nothing else to see around here. And you know, we're done with Argentina. Some major city somewhere. It could literally be anywhere in the world. Oh yeah, I just gotta zoom out here. That's Argentina. But no, it could be literally anywhere in the world. Oh yeah, I was saying we're gonna fly under the Eiffel Tower. I wasn't kidding. That's Madrid. Can't fly under the Eiffel Tower because it's not in Madrid. But if we go to Paris, should we fly around the city at night? We better pick something that's better as for sightseeing, and then try to fly under the Eiffel Tower at night. I guess. I mean, you know, we can fly the flying saucer under the Eiffel Tower at night. I think that'd be too easy. I want to fly just like just the Optica, because I think it'll be it's reliably fun as far as I'm concerned. All right, so saving back. All right, where is the actual? Okay, there's the Notre Dame. So Eiffel Tower is there. What's this? The Trocadero. Why does it start? I guess we haven't visited there. The nearest airport is gonna be. Let's see. There's a couple of small airports, right? This is Le Bourget, which is kind of small. There's this one. Let's take off on this one, and we're gonna head northeast to the city. I don't know if I've ever. I've ever taken off on this particular one. But we're going to try to fly under the stage. So we're going to start at the actual time, so it's nighttime there. And weather conditions to see if it's possible to fly. Now, this is going to be a much bigger challenge for the graphics system in every way, shape, or form. Yeah, it might be too dark. Oh, this plane does have lights. Let me see if I can find them. Or does this plane have lights? Where's the panel? The panel lights are in a weird position. Well, Alt F, turn on my flashlight. Okay, so all the lights are on, right? Panel lights. Down there. There. There's no... Oh, yeah, no, wait. Actually, the lights are up here. There were some lights up there. No. I wonder where the panel lights are. Plus, it's raining. Where would they be? Oh, tanks, both, flaps, left, right. Do we see anything? I don't know why it wouldn't be here. Okay, here's lighting. So yeah, panel lights are on. Okay, if I turn off my flashlight. Right, okay, so panel lights are on. They're just not good because they're not illuminating the instruments you want to see. See what I'm saying? Anyway, you know, not all planes are going to be good at this kind of thing. All right, so which way we want to head? We want to head northeast. It's raining. It's dark. I don't care. It'll be fine. We're going to go under the Eiffel Tower. All right, which way is northeast? This way is northeast. I mean, it's going to be where all the city is. Palace of Versailles. It's our airspeed. A little negative trim needed to keep our nose. Okay, it's a little rainy, but it's not horrible. We're going to be staying low anyway. Okay, there's a million points of interest. At least we're seeing points of interest around here. That's the Palace of Versailles. If we find the river, it's going to be easy to find the Eiffel Tower because it's close to the river, the Seine. All right. So let's check our we're still getting very high frame rates, but you know, and considering we got a lot of things to see, it's very smooth. I don't know what's going on. We're using 96% GPU. The GPU is basically loaded out, but we're still getting over 100. I'm still getting over 100 frames per second. Well, me and the computer. And I think it would be about the same during daytime activity. But we'll have to check. And what does it say over there? That's something. Palace of Versailles is like a little west of the city? I don't remember now. Somewhere around here. All right, yeah, I know how to do this. We'll bring up our little flight planner. All right, yeah, the river's a ways up. You can see Palace of Versailles is kind of south of the city here, which I'm sure we've flown over during the day. This is more of a nighttime. It's got those huge gardens, gigantic. Well, I mean, it's probably some of the biggest in the world. At least Renaissance era architecture. Okay, we want to head this way. Yeah, I guess we're still a couple miles away, so yeah, we're starting to see more points of interest kind of show up on the horizon there. So I'm sure we'll find the Eiffel Tower, and then we're going to fly under it. It is possible. I've done it before in various different craft. I don't even know. It might have been this one. Beautiful, beautiful night for sightseeing. A little rainy, but still good visibility in Paris. Haven't been there since the new sim update. I like to go on the regular. Seems to be quite smooth. It's still getting over 100 frames per second. It will slow down as we get to the actual downtown Paris area, and it is starting to get, the weather is deteriorating, I would say, in terms of visibility. Meaning there's a lot more rain cells over there. Let's just keep this up. So I may override the weather. I'm kind of wondering, is it to that direction more than this direction? I mean, it's definitely, oh, you can see it's raining a lot harder. You know what? I think I'm going to override what's actually going on in the world. It's fun to fly around in the world, but for a couple of reasons, we're not gonna. I might literally fly right over the Eiffel Tower and not see it. Whereas if I change the weather, we'll be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is we'll do a massive, magical change to the weather. I don't do this all the time. One thing we're going to do is make it daytime, and the other thing we're going to do is change it from live weather to scattered clouds, which is kind of realistic. And now you can see, we can see that what we couldn't see before is the river and the actual location of the city. Well, there's the old city there, which I could not see before. Again, you know, it's easy to do. You can set it to real-time weather and real-time time, but for various reasons, I wanted to actually see where we're going. Yeah, the tall buildings in Paris are in La Défense, which is kind of a separate neighborhood, and that kind of a financial center. And then the Paris itself is nearby, but it's a ways away. And there's no buildings taller than 5 stories in Paris itself. I mean, it's just you know, for a long time, they couldn't make buildings taller than 5 stories. They didn't have elevators. Nobody would want to live 5 stories up. Maybe some people do, but 6 stories is forget about it. Okay, now we're getting a little more speed here. Check is this thing? Yeah, we check the mixture a little bit. Make sure that's all good. Engine's running well. We're gonna check out La Défense, and then we're gonna fly under the Eiffel Tower, which is down there, to the right. It's a little bit of a side trip, but there's lots of stuff to see. And again, as we get closer to the city, the frame rate is steadily degrading. As expected, there's just more and more stuff to see. Oh, by the way, there's this bunch of cool stuff on this hill here. And I'm getting lower and lower, but still 90 frames per second. Anything over 60 frames per second is smooth, as long as it's consistent. This is like a fort, a massive fort with the star walls, but this is a big one. And it's a big fort right there. And then you get La Défense with all the tall buildings. And they're named, they're called out. They all have their little names, something tower, this tower. Oh, and it's kind of, they're arranged on an avenue, so if we do it right, you can fly down this avenue, and there's tall buildings on both sides of you. And if we do it wrong, we smash into them. But they're very beautifully, individually architected and decorated. And this whole area is kind of cool. There's this kind of, I think it's like a park area. There's school, municipal, I don't know. All right, we're going to make this sharp turn here. Sharp turn. You can see a beautiful stadium out there. Let's see if I can figure out. And I think there's like a convention. Yeah, we're not quite. We have to be to the left of these buildings. These are really cool looking buildings. And we will be. Oh, right. The tricky part is, okay, we got to fly in through this building here. All right, I remember now. We'll fly over the stadium. We'll figure it out. I will figure it out. There's a stadium here. You see a lot of commuter train activity. And that's parking, that's a full parking lot there. Because I imagine this thing. All right, so we're going to line this up. See, this building here that looks like a box is actually hollow. And it looks like, to me, like it's designed to fly planes through. We're going to fly through that one as well as under the Eiffel Tower. I mean, if all works out. All right, so we're going to, let's see how we're flying here. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're moving fast. How does it look back there? Okay, perfect. We're going to make our turn. We're going to fly through this box here. Don't try this at home. They will definitely, or, in the real world, you could try it at home. They will definitely get mad at you. But you see what I mean? There's a hollow box in this building here. And it's pretty big. I don't know how big a plane you can get in there. It kind of looks like we're going to hit that white thing, but that's not in the real world. I mean, you can't run into that. Now, the sides of the building you can run into. And at the bottom of the building, there's like this tent structure. But and there's kind of it's slightly obstructed, but there's plenty of room here. You got to see what it, you kind of tell what's going on. Yeah, we can't hit any of that stuff. Oops. But yeah, we flew through. Right, and then you fly down through the. This is kind of the main drag of this of La Défense. Of course, all these cities have to have their own version of the Gherkin. And then you have to fly over, or you have to drive over this bridge, and then that kind of separates the kind of the new. Financial center style Paris from the original, which is huge and goes on from the original massive city of Paris. Let's fly over it. Do we see the beautiful Eiffel Tower somewhere on the land distance there? It kind of passed. There's some pop in, so but it's around here somewhere. Yeah, I see it already. It's pretty easy to see. But if we come here, our first point of interest is l'Arc de Triomphe. And a bunch of like famous circle, squares, plaza, whatever you want to call it. This is massive. I guess they're working on this one here. It's got cranes and stuff. But this is one of the major, boulevards in Paris here. One of the, if not the major one, because this is the one where the Arc de Triomphe is facing it, kind of effectively. Yeah, the Eiffel Tower is right there. We're going to be going under it. I don't think you can go through the Arc de Triomphe, but I don't, if you have to go vertical, you have to make your plane go vertical. Really cool. You see how all these streets converge? It's wild. Traffic down there is crazy. Don't try to drive unless you're an expert. All right, let's drive around here. Eventually, we're going to head up there to the Eiffel Tower and attempt to make the underpass. But meanwhile, let's just enjoy. We're getting, okay, what are we down to? Still over 100 frames per second at downtown Paris. Very, very nice. A beautiful day. I've changed the day. It's actually, it's night and raining in the real world. What's that one again? That's Les Invalides. That is the... Place de la Concorde, right? There's a famous obelisk there. These places are just like tourist. This whole area is tourist central. I mean, and it's amazing. You can do a lot of walking. This is a little famous museum called La Louvre. Right here, often in the news. It's big too. They got a lot of tapestries, but it's also kind of beautiful grounds. That's the Louvre, right there, flying over it. Oh, and this is the Ile-de-la-France and, of course, the Notre Dame Cathedral, which I don't know what state they're showing it in. I guess it's rebuilt now since the fire, pretty much. I was there in the 80s, so I actually saw these places as a tourist in person. Beautiful. The Notre Dame Cathedral is just a really amazing structure. And it just kind of sits out there on this island by itself. We have the Pantheon. A lot of these things are kind of religious buildings here. I think the Pantheon might be a museum. Wow. It's beautiful. Thank you. They put a lot of effort into the models in Paris, the building models, because the company that makes the game is French. This is Luxembourg Palace and the grounds of Luxembourg Palace. Right there. Wow. That's very clean looking. All right, where's this so-called Eiffel Tower? Dead ahead. We'll make a pass. I'm going to figure out the best way. Best way is either for kind of north-south or the south-north run. Lots more things. Like, what is that over there? I don't know. Oh, Paris. Right. Okay, well, that's the central part of Paris. Because you can see, okay, that's the Louvre, which I guess is considered the central part. I mean, there's no real central part. There's a bunch of arrondissements. There's like 20 of them, which are districts. And they're way. I mean, as far as you can see, is Paris. It's got a big footprint. All right, we're gonna stay nice and low. So there's this whole park here. At the base of the park, I think is where the Rodin Museum is down here somewhere, which has got lots of amazing sculpture. We're gonna fly around to the north. We're going to fly over, and then we're going to go under. Actually, let's go under it right now. Screw it. We got a good lineup. This plane. Oh, this is what it looks like from here. So we're going to come down right here, low altitude. Seriously low altitude. So we can kiss the ground under the Eiffel Tower. It's really not difficult. Check out the. We'll go under again. I like built it up that it was going to be really hard. What is this called again? That's the Trocadero, which is I think it's a museum, or is it a palace, or is it both? I don't know. It's a huge structure. All right, so we're going to do that again. All right, fly under this road here. Yeah, we're facing back facing La Défense. There's more obelisks and stuff. Some of these are old, like Roman era, actual Roman era. Some of them are more Renaissance era. Imitations of actual ancient Roman structures. Make it a sharp turn here. Yes, I hear you, stall warning. I don't blame you. We're going to come in here between the old Trocadero. Come in right over the river on the bridge. Sweep the bottom of the bridge there. Get a good idea for what it looks like down there. People be looking up and going, well, look at that low-flying plane. And there's your Eiffel Tower. Let's go for outside here. La Tour Eiffel. And a beautiful structure in the real world and in game. Very detailed. Now, if I change it back... Oh, what are we doing here? I do believe I am stalling. I think we got enough altitude to pull out of it. Just barely. I'm going to change it back to real time and weather. I kind of want to see what it looks like at night and in the rain. Easy enough to do. Just go live weather and then live time, and it changes back to the actual light. You can see the Eiffel Tower is nicely lit up, and quite a few of the buildings are have a unique lighting pattern. We're going to do that same. We'll go under again. Again, it's raining. This time it's raining. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a little more challenging. But this represents, if we tried to do this right now in the real world, this would be what happens. The good news is we are a very challenging set of situations where we have weather, we have darkness, we have all the individual lighting situations, and a lot of buildings that have unique lighting set of situations. Okay, if we can come in over here nice and low, right over the bridge. We gotta come in nice and low. Oh, we are definitely getting some buffeting from the rain. It's a lot harder to control. There's a lot of buffeting. There's a lot of buffeting. I'm honestly not trying to mess this up. And yeah, we just kind of hit that thing there. I want to try that again. What's happening is that when you get to ground level, because the rain, you can see how much wind and rain there is. It really affects your ability to fly straight. And that effect becomes much more pronounced as you go to the ground, as you hit the ground. Air currents at altitude, even 100 feet above ground or any buildings, are relatively smooth. But air currents passing, wind passing over buildings tends to produce all these waves in the air. And that makes you go up and down and up and down. All right, let's try it again. All right, we've got to make some distance here. Got to make a sharp left turn. There's some cool buildings lit up. There's the Eiffel Tower. Okay, from here, I think it's even going to be more challenging, so I kind of want to do it. Because you can barely see. But I'm trying to make sure I have enough speed that turbulence isn't too much of a factor. But yeah, you can really tell right under as you get really low, the bridge gets really crazy. All right, well, that was fun. I've been having a good time flying around. You know what? I always land the plane, except for today, because I'm running late. You know what I mean? It's a rule. It's a hard and fast rule. I never, ever end the simulation in the air. Hard and fast rule. We're doing it today. I just want to, move along. I got other things. I got football games I want to watch later. But a lot of streaming to do. I'm going to go into the just chatting category. I really feel like playing some big brain games today. They're most likely going to kick my ass. Okay. Because that's if they were easy, I wouldn't do them. I'd be bored. I find them kind of challenging. By the way, cheers, Diet Coke. That was the flight. If you enjoyed the flight simulation, and who doesn't? There's going to be more tomorrow. Like tomorrow will be a show, so we will not be flying over Argentina or Paris, but who knows where? We don't know. I don't know in advance. Somebody could suggest something. All right, quit to. Okay, I quit out of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but yeah, it didn't crash. We didn't lose any frames. That's all good. I'm gonna bring up some big brain games here. Oh, shut up, Asmongold. Asmon, please, thank you. Did you guys hear that Mizkif went to, he was been streaming on Twitch for like years and years and years, decades or whatever. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna switch to Kick just as a lark, I guess." Everybody was like, "Oh, they must have paid him to switch to Kick." And then he was streaming on Kick for 3 days, and Kick permabanned him, so he's back on Twitch. It's just wild. Okay, we're gonna play the Quirtle. We're gonna play the Revealed. We're gonna play the trivia game, the Tightrope trivia game. We're gonna do the blah blah blah. You'll see. It doesn't matter. All right, this could be PO something ER. But what? Poker? Power? Could be a few things. Let's wait on that one. CO. This could be comic, right? Comic. COMIC. Very good. We have all of the letters here, but I think it could be a couple things. But let's try bison. 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 Yes. Most likely bison. We still don't know if it's power or poker. Well, at least we'll have some extra guesses. Let's see what we have here. This is interesting. It's got a lot of vowels. There's an I, but there's also an A, a U, and an A, a U, and an O. So it really can only be audio. That's one of the very few words that's got 4 different vowels in it. Not too many. All right, so it's either poker or power. Let's guess power. It's probably poker. But hey, we get an extra guess. Oops, power. See, because the K and the K and the W are both available. What I said, could have guessed poker first, and it would have been power. I think they cheat on those, All right, next game is called the Revealed. It doesn't really matter what order I do them, except it does to me. All right, today's answer is going to be in the category of arts and culture, and it's going to be a 9-letter word. Let's read the heavily redacted document that we get to read through to hopefully figure out what this 9-letter word is. It's an art and culture guide. Okay, what we're looking for blank is a blank, 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 named for the blank of its blank, an exclusive blank. The traditional blank of the thing we're looking for in Northeastern blank. The term, the thing we're looking for, is also applied blank, with blank outside blank to many blank or blank blank that are characterized by blank. In the blank, 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 made in a similar manner are blank first by blank of blank, as in blank state blank. Similar blank from blank and elsewhere are often called blank style. Where is this? Northeast what? France. Okay, I thought this was gonna be France. I think it's Champagne, but how do you spell it? How do you spell it? That's how you spell it. I shouldn't have. By the way, I knew this was going to be France, and I shouldn't have done this. It's just, I don't know. It just said France to me. All right, we needed one reveal, although we didn't. Other players 4.71 before hints, and there is your bottle of champagne that we're looking for. Hey, it's a puzzle game. We solved it. We're moving on to the next one, which is the Tightrope trivia game. Now, the Tightrope trivia game, thank you for asking, is a 9-question timed multiple choice trivia question that is where the speed at which you get the answers is a big component of your score, and it gets harder starting Monday quiz during the week. There's one quiz a day until you get to the Sunday quiz, which is the hardest quiz. They save the hard questions for the Sunday quiz. Guess what today is? Nobody wants to guess. It's Sunday. All right, so as soon as I hit this button, we got to go. We can't cheat and look up answers on the internet because you don't have time. Let's go. Which book? It had to be Animal Farm. Fill in the blank, which is a blank. Who's petulant? One of those words probably fills in the blank. And then we're going to play some music, so we got a lot of streaming to do. I got my guitar right there. The scientific term. I mean, Aurora is the Roman goddess of the dawn. Eos isn't. Anyway, the Greek is the driver. That one is a total guess. I've never played that kind of golf, just miniature golf. So I would not be a golf expert. Manilow wrote Copacabana, and also known for jingles. Not sure which kind requires its king to be Buddhist. I'm going to go with Thailand. It seems like an easy guess. This is the hardest one, too. We're doing good so far. But which model that increased the Bronco. Okay, I remember that one. They brought it back eventually. The Henriad. By which playwright? I didn't write. I thought he was only 3, but I mean that's the only one that I know written were multiple Henry V's. Reebok shoes are named for the African Reebok, a type of which animal? It's an antelope. This was a pretty easy Sunday quiz. We're gonna get extra bonus points for the hardest, being hardest on the Sunday. That was to me. I mean, it's trivia, so some questions are gonna be hard, some easy. I'm guarantee you we're gonna get clever funambulist today. That's the highest ranking you can get on the show. Walking Encyclopedia, get out of here. You want clever funambulist or bust? All right, 200, 2,000, and I think 2,500 is the theoretical maximum, I believe, and you have to get everything right and instantaneous, like instantly. You can get 2,400 or 2,500, I think. But 24. I think this is close to the max. In a practical means, you can get. All right, the next game is called Reunion. It's an interesting game. I recommend it to people. You have to play it a bunch to figure out what the heck is going on. Because all you know is you can interchange letters, and you have to make words that are all in green. Ugh. All right, let's see what we got here. We got a couple starts for these sideways letters. CO. And then, but we don't know much about that. It's that we know there's not an N there. And when there's not an E there. But what could it be? And then MU is an interesting start for a word. Right? Like MU doesn't, it's not going to be a vowel there. MU something. MUO, no. MUE, no. I think it's going to be, no, it can't be music. We don't have a available C. The C is locked. It could be muddy. Can't be muddy. It could be muddy. All right, let's just see. Is it going to be muddy? Could be muddy because there's a D and a Y available. Let's just see. All right. And the point is, once you move, you can't go back. You're trying to get this. I want to, my goal is to get this in 17 moves. We've just made 3, and they're all good because we see a letter turn green. But that's just because I got kind of lucky. Not lucky, but I'm kind of know this game a little bit. All right, let's see. After this, this H has to go somewhere, and I think it has to go after the T. So I'm just going to put it there. Okay, that was good. The O doesn't go there, but that's fine. Now I know the O is also on this thing. And let's see what there also has to be a vowel, but that's not an O. Could be an E, but not an A or an I. So it could be ED or ID. I'm going to wait on that. This one here. Now there's no D's left to go here, so this isn't day, and this doesn't end in that. But what's going to go before this H? Is that going to be S? Yeah, I'm just getting good at this guessing, and I think this is going to be ashen because this N can move there. And this A can move here. All right. So far, 7 moves, and they're all correct moves. We've got 10 to go before hopefully we've completed this puzzle. And here's when it's going to start getting slow. Then we're going to do the New York Times, the connections on New York Times, which is also could be quite a slow game. But, you know, not really doing too much till later. Watching some games later, but nothing really going on. So it's fine. I'll be working from home tomorrow. So plenty of time to stream. Let's see. What's looking good? We got muddy. We got ashen. Now we have something where we know there's a U, blank, and then an NAY. And then this thing has to be not an O, but it could be an I or an E. I think it has to be an E. Let's find out. Okay, it was a good guess there. Oh, see, now we know, and that was 2 greens. Ooh, nice. So now that COO something, it could be cool, but then what after that? It doesn't necessarily have to be a 5-letter word, and that's just because you have to kind of know. And that's the only other, well, it could be coop, COP. Oof. Okay, I don't want to move the L there because it could be coop or cool, or co-op or whatever. But let's see what else we might be able to figure out here. Okay, let's see. This S has to move off the row and column. So I'm wondering if this word here on the vertical one is soothed. Because we do have those extra O's. It is soothed. And the word at the top now, ASP something. By the way, it still could be, no, it couldn't be cool because this L would be yellow if it were cool. So it has to be coupe, right? Yeah, it has to be. Oops, I was wrong. What is it then? I guess it could just be coup, C-O. Anyway, let's see if we can recover from that. Okay, this one here is going to, I believe, be raspy on the top. Okay, because we have all those letters. We're moving forward. And then this word, okay, both the I and E have to move. Oh, yeah, this is going to be reclaim. So the L has to go down here. And then the I is going to go here, or 16. And then is this P just has to go here, right? To make yup and coo. Well, those are unusual. We got a lot of 3-letter words there. Well, other players had struggled with it, and we got 17, which is what I'm aiming for. So that was actually a very good result, by the way. That's a win. We won the tightrope. We won the reunion today. We won the revealed. How will we do on the New York Times connection? How will we do? Yesterday, it kicked my ass. Let's see how we do today. On the New York Times connections, you get 16 words and short phrases, or words in this case. You got to create 4 groups of 4. It seems simple, doesn't it? But it's tricky. All right, let's read what they are. Brain, lid, air. There's also a lot of wordplay. Flow, eaves, circulation, issue, stacks, spout, gum, reference, handle, like handlebar, periodicals, result, strainer, emerge. So like issue, emerge, spout, and Flow or rain? Flow? Not sure about this one. Not sure about this one here. But let me think about these some more. What else is kind of sticking out at me? Gum. The thing about gum and flow is they both have are words spelled backwards. Mug and wolf. It's the kind of thing you need to know, but I don't see any of the words like that. Um, let's see. Circulation. See, these are reference periodicals. These are things and stacks are things I think you'll see in a library. Let's just try it. Yeah, library sections. We got something. Woohoo, that's the easiest one. Green. Okay, let's move on. Let's see. Lid, various lids, air horn, something, this could be in a word that appears in front or behind these words. Emerge, right? Spout and issue. We still have I don't know about these. Let me shuffle them up a bit here. Spout. What about eaves? It's like a roofing thing. But I don't see any other roofing things. Strainer or something in a kitchen. Strain. This is hard. I like these. I like this game. And so far, we haven't messed up, but I think we're gonna soon. Spout, air, result, strainer, rain, flow, emerge, handle, issue, rain, lid, flow, eaves. Emerge. This is a tough one. I mean, they're all tough. Might have to make a guess here. I'm gonna try this one. No. Not even close. All right, we're down one. We might not get this one today. Let's see if I can figure something out here. Strainer handle. Spout handle. lid. Isn't it from a children's thing? And strainer, like tea things. Parts of a teapot. Okay, parts of a teapot. Hey, we got 2. We only got 1 wrong so far, and it should get a little easier. Let's see. Rain, flow, emerge, air, eaves, gum, issue, result. So I think issue and emerge seem to make sense to have something to do with each other. Flow. Rain. 1 away. Result. That was it. Arise. Well, we finished it. We got 2 wrong. What does rain, air, gum, and eaves have to do with each other? Let's see if I can figure this out. Rain, air, gum, and eaves. It'll tell us. Blank drop, raindrop, gumdrop, eavesdrop. Oh my goodness. And airdrop. Okay. That's some sophisticated stuff. Well, it took us 1, 2, 3, 7, right? 4 is the minimum. Oh, it took us 6. Okay. It took me 6, sorry. Hey, we got 1 more game to go. That was fun though. I'm gonna do that again tomorrow. I had such a good time doing it today. We're gonna end with end the first half of the show with Nocturnal. I like to play the hardest one right away because I'm do these a lot. It's the rescue because I don't get to use my starting words. It picks random ones for you, which makes it also very both hard and very uneven. Let's see. This one here on the lower right, though, what could it be? It can only be Vogue, V-O-G-U-E, because of the U and the E requirements, right? Okay, that's good. A few of them were pretty easy. This one here, it has an M and G. We know where the E and the R is, but it could be gamer, G-M, gamer. I hope it's gamer because it will use the A. Okay, the A didn't appear anywhere, but it was gamer. Okay, we're doing good. Now we have T blank O with an R, so that's trout, T-R-O-U-T on the lower right there. No issues. This one here, though, this is interesting. We know where the S, the U, and the T is, and there's an N. So it's either S-N-U blank T, which I don't think it could be. But then if it's S blank U-N-T, but it's not shunt, what could it be? This is interesting, actually. Oh, stunt. It could be stunt. Has to be stunt. All right, now we got that one. We have, okay, T-I blank blank E, and there's an L. So it could be tilde, T-I-D, T-I-L-D-E. That fits. Okay, the D wasn't appearing, but that's fine. Hi, Charles. Yes, if you by the way, I did find the forest. It was not where Google Maps said it was. I had to enter the coordinates, but if you backwards on the show, if you're on Twitch, you can do it. You can actually slide backwards. You can go to the beginning of the show and you can probably find out where I flew over the guitar. It wasn't that exciting, but we did find it. We're not going back there again. But I found it by entering the coordinates. I'm not the kind of person who, just can't find something. It's like, screw it. I'm not gonna do it. All right, let's say, okay, we have T blank E-T and there's an N. So could it just be tenet, T-E-N-E-T? What else could it be? Yeah, it's got to be tenet, T-E-N-E-T, right? Let's find out. All right, so we only have 2 left, and we still have 3 guesses. We're doing okay. And this is interesting here because we have all 5 letters. We have a U. We required an N, and it could go there. There's an L. Okay, there's a T, and it could go there. There's an I and an L. Oops, I mean I and an L. It has to be until. Could have been unlit, except that the L couldn't be there. Okay, we got 1 left and 2. Oh, we might even win this game today. I'm excited. We did really well on the brain games. I don't feel smarter today than normal either. I think the games are sometimes easier than other days. All right. Oh, so we know where the O is. We know where the E is, but there's an R. And it can't go in the fourth position. It can only go in 1 or 3. So, and then what do we have available? Like, oh, if it was OR something E, it could be ORC. Okay, it could be force. And if it's not force, we still have another guess. But I have a good feeling about force. It was force. So we won today's rescue, and not only do that, I'm going to do another one. We'll do the because I feel like that went quickly. I feel still flying. Well, I'm gonna. There's like 5 of these Quirtles and 5 Octurtles a day. Every day they give you a new set of random words, and I do them all. Like, I don't do them all on stream, but that's like 10 games. I do like 3 or 4 of them on stream, and then I do the rest of them later in the day when I feel like it. And I'm just kind of addicted to doing these stupid 5-letter word games. And eventually, what happens is you memorize the dictionary. Like, not every 5-letter word is in the dictionary. What is this one? This is going to be trope, TROPE. Then we're going to have, that could be a million things. This one here is, I think it's droit, DROIT. And I mentioned that's not a word that's commonly used, but you know it from the dictionary. Let's see, something OO and then a Y. What could that be? It could be goofy. Let's try goofy, even if it's not the G and the F are good letters to know. Okay, we had extra. It wasn't goofy. Let's see. The G is used here, though. So it could be grave. It's got to be grave or graze. But let's try grave. It could be graze. Good. Thank goodness. And the V was useful. In other words, it shows up in other words. And that's the first time we tried it. So the V was in this one. So now we know there's a V, a D, and an A. And so what could that be? Vodka. Again, you just kind of have to know the dictionary. Oh, and see, every time I look down here and I see something show up when a new letter is used. So now we know this one's OOKY. It's not Wookie. It could be hooky. It could be kooky, KOOKY, by the way. Let's try kooky. I think we have an extra guess. It was kooky. I don't know if hooky is in the dictionary. Okay, we have 3 more to go, and then we're gonna switch to the music category, and I'm gonna grab my guitar and play some guitar stuff for a while. That's how it is around here. All right, we have an N, a D, a U, and an E. Let's see. Could be unwed. I mean, it could be. And it is the next word. Okay, we know where the N and the I is. It could be onion, right? I, and then just O-N. Could be onion. All right, 1 word to go. This is going to be the hard one, but we only have 1 guess. Ooh, okay. We got to get this right. And all we know is there is an S, a R, and a U. And what could it be? It could be surer, right? S-U-R-E-R. It could be surer. Let's just find out. So close. No, we won. It was surer. Sure, kooky, sure. Okay. I just like these, man, but that's it. I'm sad to say that the big brain games, the age of the big brain games has ended until tomorrow. But the musical performance is going to start right up in about after I run my mid-roll. So that's going to take, I don't know, 3 minutes. I got to, bring my guitar in, get the camera set up and stuff like that. See you on the other side. Alrighty. Oops, wrong thing here. There's the correct button to push. Yeah, there you are. You see my little musical setup here. Inset camera. Got my mic here. Let's see. I'm going to turn a little reverb. It's not a lot of reverb, but it's enough that when you're singing, you can tell. First, it's annoying talking, but when you can sing, I can hear myself sing. All right, the guitar of the day. I mean, I switch around a lot. This is a Paul Reed. See, Paul Reed Smith. That's his signature line there. It says CE-24. It's got the classic bird inlays. It's made in America, but it is the bolt-on line, not the core line. It's a beautiful, but the workmanship, the way the body looks and the quality of a PRS guitar is impeccable, and they all sound the same. It's a little, it's good and bad. It's not like you're gonna buy a PRS and find a good one out of a batch of bad, 10 bad ones. They'll all be exactly the same. A little tune up here, but it's one of my favorites. Well, it's basically, it is, the truth be told, the most expensive guitar I've ever purchased. It probably will remain that way. All right, I want to sing a song or two. I'll warm up a little bit first. Oh, I know the one I want to do. It's gonna be tricky. I gotta get the lyrics up for some of these. Or we'll do this one. Oh yeah, and I remember what it's called. There we go. There we go. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans, father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Yes, I do. Not a lot. You remember me? Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drunk. Mothers, tell your children not to do as I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. You can't keep me down from it. I got one foot on the platform and another foot on the train. I'm going down to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. There's a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. A little bit of Diet Coke with me. I also want to do that's one other one here. Before I move over to the specific the karaoke versions, I kind of like doing these solo versions. Let's see what it's called. No. Not Limp Bizkit. It's not a Limp Bizkit song. All right, here it goes. Oh, I just dropped my pick. Let me get my pick here. Yeah, let's see if I remember how this goes. I don't practice these, you know. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be faded, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they hurt, it's empty, as my conscience seems to be. I have hours, only lonely. My love is vengeance, that's never free. No one knows what it's like to feel these feelings like I do, and I blame you. No one bites back as hard on their anger. none of my pain and woe can show through. But my dreams, they burn as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. Love is vengeance that's never free. When life is vengeance, crack it open, or I use it and lose my cool. When I smile, please tell me some bad news, for I laugh and act like a fool. If I swallow anything evil, put your finger down my throat. When I shiver, please give me a blanket. Keep me warm, let me wear your coat. No one knows what it's like being the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. It's a powerful song, man. We don't get much more powerful than that. Except we'll do some REM songs now here. Let me just switch over here. Get this little setup for you here. Get some volume to the correct level. I love that. I do this song a lot. Napoli 21 checkers and chess. Mr. Fred Lassie in a breakfast mess. Let's play Twister, let's play Risk. See you in heaven if you make the list. Anything about this one? Tell me all you like in the punch. Maybe all you can fit on ever say, baby. Are we losing touch? If you believe, they could have been on the moon, been on the moon. If you believe, there's nothing up its sleeve, nothing is cool. Moses went walking with a staff of wood. Newton got beaten by the apple good. Egypt was troubled by the horrible asp. Mr. Charles Darwin had the gall to ask. Anything to hear about this one? Tell me how you like in the bunch. Maybe all you can fit on the street, baby. If you believe, they could have been on the moon, been on the moon. never believe her. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here's a little ghost for the offering. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here's a truck stop instead of St. Peter's. Yeah, yeah. Mr. Randy's office gone wrestling. You asked me that yesterday. Yeah, yeah. Brown-eyed girl, because they recently massively improved the background. Actually, yeah, let's do this one, right? This is the one. No, that's not the one. It's the other one. Hold on, I gotta search for it. It's not the Carafone one. I think it's this one, right? What's the one with this one? All right. I'm just trying to find the one that has the background vocals. Yeah, that's the one with the back. So I thought it was a different. Not all of them have backing vocals for some reason. And then the steam morning, that's a fade out ending. But that is definitely the superior version of the song. I guess I gotta remember that. We haven't done this in a while. I haven't done this in a while. If I remember it. It's Capo 2 in the second half. Actually, I like to go from the start. I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed that I set my sights on Monday, and I got myself undressed. I ain't ready for the altar, but I do agree there's times when a woman sure can be a friend of mine. Well, I keep on thinking about you, Mr. Golden Hair Surprise, and I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? I've been one more correspondent. I've been too hard to find, but it doesn't mean you ain't been on my mind. Just can't make it. But I keep on thinking about you, Sister Golden Hair Surprise, and I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? I've been one more correspondent. I've been too hard to find, but it doesn't mean you ain't been on my mind. Will you meet me in the middle? Will you meet me in the air? Will you love me just a little, just enough to show you care? When I tried to fake it, I know not say it, I just can't make it. One, two, three, four. It's a fun song to play too. You know, give that a little lick in there for fun. What else we got? A bunch of random songs. I have no idea what they are. Oh yeah, heck yes. Capo 3, right? I believe. There she goes again, racing through my brain, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. people have the better background vocals. Back up here. Get up chords. So she said, "What's the problem, baby? What's the problem? I don't know, but baby, I'm in love. Think about it every time I think about it. Can't stop thinking about it. How much longer will it take to cure this? I just endure it 'cause I can't ignore it. If it's love, makes me want to turn around and face me, but I don't know nothing about love. Come on, come on, turn a little faster. Come on, world will follow after. Come on, everybody's after love." So I said, I'm a snowball running down into the spring that's coming. All this love melting under blue skies, melting at the sunlight, shimmering out. How baby, I surrender to the strawberry ice cream, never get up all of this love. Well, I didn't mean to do it, but there's no escaping your love. These lights of lightning mean we're never alone, never alone. No, no, come on, move a little closer. Come on, wanna hear you whisper. Come on, settle down inside of my love. Come on, jump a little higher. Come on, if you feel a little lighter. Come on, we were once upon a time in love. We're accidentally in love. 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 Accidentally. I'm in love. 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 Accidentally. I'm in love. 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 Accidentally. Come on, get a little tighter. Come on, and the world's a little brighter. Come on, get yourself inside of her love. I'm in love. Come on. Accidentally in love. Accidentally in love. Great song. We got one more in me, maybe. What else do we got to do here? I want to do Torn. I've been doing that recently. I know. Right? Is this what I've been doing here? Which version, though? There's a bunch of them. Let's try this one. Oh, no, because it's a different version than I want to do. Cable 3. Let's try it. There's a million versions of these. I think they're doing new ones all the time. I'm actually got to sing this. Thought I saw a man brought to life. He was warm, he came around like he was dignified. Showed me what it was to cry. They couldn't get that man I adored. Don't seem to know just right. What's going on? Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. Cold and I have shame, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. Wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late, I'm already torn. So I guess the fortune teller's right. I should have seen just what was there and not some holy light. Drop beneath my veins and now I don't care, have no luck, I don't miss it all that much. Just so many things I can't touch, I'm torn, I'm out of aid. This is how I feel, cold and I am shame, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. Wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. I'm already torn. There's nothing where you used to lie. Inspiration has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's right, I ain't born. I'm out of faith. This is how I feel. Cold and I have shame, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. Wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. I'm out of faith. This is how I feel. Gold and I'm ashamed. Now I'm broken on the floor. You're a little late. I'm already torn. Probably learn that. I don't think it's multiple strings. It's a cool little idea. All right, one more, and maybe because I'm gonna just do a Jim Croce song. I'm not gonna play along because I don't know them that well. I'm gonna do "Time in a Bottle." Hopefully, this is a good version. So many versions. I'm not gonna play along. I don't know the part. Short songs too. I like these. One of my favorite songs of all time. If I could save time in a bottle, first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with. Remember that part someday. This whole part. If I had a box just for wishes, dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. Maybe I'll play one more song. What would be a good song to play? Close enough. to stop the singing. Otherwise, I'll break something. Probably my voice. That's not a good thing. Not a good thing. I won't break my voice. But I've had plenty of streaming to do. We've gone a full 2 hours. We didn't even have to. I didn't have to restart the session, so I know it's a 2 hour and 10-minute session. It's basically as long as I like to stream, because I don't want to burn myself out. And there's plenty more tomorrow. There's plenty more. No reason to pack more songs in, because I can sing more songs tomorrow if I feel like it. Tomorrow might be a keyboard day. It might be a bass day. I don't really know. All I know is that the 24th and the 25th, which is coming up, or the 25th, what is it? It's Wednesday and Thursday show, 24th and 25th. They'll be at the regular time, but the music, that's okay. So it's the show after tomorrow. There's an order. The music, it's going to be completely normal shows, except the music will be Ken's Christmas Piano Lounge. That's where I play songs from the Christmas Fake Book. Over 207. I only play about 30 of them though, which is still a lot of Christmas music. And just, people can turn me on and enjoy a little background music live. Why? I don't know. Usually the canned music is fine. But I don't care. It's just what I do every year. That's right. We play the Christmas music. Let me take this off. What a beautiful guitar, though. It's a privilege to play a PRS guitar. They're light. They sound amazing. They play great. The fit and finish of quality is impeccable. Cannot be beat. But I'll never buy another one, because I don't need another one. I've got one. One's all you need. And now you've got a PRS. I could spend $6,000 on a really good quality PRS, but I'm not gonna. It wouldn't be that much better than the one I already have. Anyway, I still got a little Diet Coke left. It's kind of brown. It's kind of tan. I mean, it started off brown, and now it's pretty much kind of tan. It's not very effervescent. It has no ice remaining. Still cool. But I guarantee you, on tomorrow's stream, we'll have a freshly poured glass of Diet Coke to start the stream with. And everybody, as another reminder, please go to your local store and purchase a 70,000 tons of Diet Coke right away. And tell them that Kench 999er sent you. I'm just hoping that the sales bump will be noticed. The increase in local sales. If we all go out, all million of us who are currently in the stream, go out and purchase a pallet of Diet Coke, can you just imagine? The price would probably go up, you know what I mean? And then the profits would go soaring. Imagine. Talk to me, Diet Coke Corporation of America. Talk to me. Come by. Send your representative over here. You know where I live. Anyway, I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Bye, everybody.